Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is Living in Denver, Colorado. Today, more of the western slope, foothills to be specific.
Front range.
Front range, depending on how specific you want to get. It's on the western side of Denver. It's a lot of fun. We're gonna pro and con it. Sterling Ranch, Colorado.
Edit this in. Let's go. What's up, guys? We are the Mile High Property Brothers. I'm Eli Schmidt. This is my business partner, Will Grimes. And if it's your first time checking out our channel, first of all, appreciate you being here. Second of all, hit that subscribe button, because if you're thinking about moving to Colorado, if you want to move to Colorado, we drop a new video every Tuesday and Thursday, and we tell you everything there is to know about moving and living here.
So good. He did so good on that. It's been like 100 videos. That was probably the best one that he did. The confidence behind that is super cool. It's confidence.
I love that. I appreciate that.
Getting right into it, guys. We are licensed brokers in the state of Colorado, which means as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you with your real estate needs. So the number popping up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls and the text messages. That email below, we are the guys who respond to your emails. More importantly, if you get confident Eli over here, I bet he crushes it. But we'd love to help you guys with that, with your real estate needs. But moving forward, we're going to talk a little bit today about just pro and conning Sterling Ranch. We are partial to this area. We helped some of this development here content-wise with some video and some cool stuff back in the day when they were first growing, and had a lot of fun with it, and some of the corporate side of folks that were growing Sterling Ranch. So we're a little bit partial, but there's a lot of cool things. There's a couple things, I guess, maybe ourselves, there's some other people don't quite care about it. But usually when we venture into a new spot we haven't filmed, one of the best videos we feel we could do for you guys, you know, in addition to like a full vlog. And that's more for like a Denver, like a downtown Denver. You need a full blog or a vlog, or Colorado Springs. I think the best thing we can do for you guys, just being straight to the point, is pro and conning it, and just letting you guys know how other people feel, what we've heard, what we think, what we feel. So we're gonna get right into it in pro and con Sterling Ranch.
Starting off, guys, like we like to do on a new area, start off with a little geography lesson to give you context as far as where the heck we're at in Colorado right now. So, Sterling Ranch, little context, guys, they are one of the newest and biggest, probably the biggest development that's going on in Colorado right now, and they haven't even scratched the surface as to how big they're eventually going to be.
Correct.
What they say, like 50,000 homes?
I think it's going to
like
be 20,000. I think we're right at like the 20,000 build. So just to give you guys some perspective, if you're familiar with Colorado at all, Sterling Ranch should be just as big or slightly bigger, at least from what we understand, than Highlands Ranch.
Yeah.
So very similar. Now, not the same. There's a lot of differences in regards to Sterling Ranch, but size-wise, it should be just as big or slightly bigger than Highlands Ranch. If you're familiar, again, with Colorado, Highlands Ranch is a pretty large suburb out here in like southeast Colorado, or southwest Colorado, or southwest of Denver, but really cool, and a lot of cool things that they've done here. But man, it's gonna be super big. Right now I couldn't tell you how many homes that they've built. I bet they're a quarter of the way through.
If that, man.
Yeah,
I think there's going to be like 6 areas, and they're on one right now.
Got the pool done. I think, you know, we'll just get right into it, guys.
Well, geography real quick. Geography real quick. I got sidetracked. So this is pretty much the
like his video,
biggest development furthest southwest corner of Colorado. So where we're sitting south of Littleton, we're sitting south of Highlands Ranch, and out west towards the ROXBOROUGH area. Now, ROXBOROUGH is a neighborhood which I have not done a video on yet, and that really was the only thing down in this area previous to Sterling Ranch, and that's even closer into the foothills a little bit more. But with Sterling Ranch, guys, this is a spot that was really just big, like farmland, correct? Hence ranch.
Yep, 100%. Man, he's talking good today. I'm like taken back. I'm almost starstruck. I'm a little mad that he's taking my. Usually I'm the talker. Now that he's figured out how to talk, I don't know what he's got me for. I gotta go find myself a job. But getting into one of those pros when you talk about ROXBOROUGH Park, one of your pros about being in Sterling Ranch is Roxborough Park. Like you've got that national park. They call it Front Range. I just kind of consider it like, hey, you're on the western side of Denver, so your views and your proximity to the mountains are phenomenal. The wind picks up a little bit here and there. You are exposed to that a little bit more, so if you guys can hear a little bit of wind in this video, you've always got like that light breeze that's going. It's not necessarily overly cold, but man, the benefits you get as far as, and you're probably looking at some drone right now, but just being up next, it's resting up against the mountains. Super cool. Roxborough Park, super cool. In addition to the park, you guys have 30 miles of internal trails here at Swimming Ranch that you can take dogs or kiddos or yourself, bike ride, run, whatever you like. Not too many places offer something like that in such a close proximity to your home, right out your back door.
It's
so super cool, super pro.
Yeah, now one of the biggest cons that we hear about most often is the lot sizes. Now this isn't just a Sterling Ranch thing, this is just a new build development thing, and this pretty much applies towards new communities all around, because obviously when a builder buys a plot of land, they're wanting to squeeze every dollar that they can out of that. So what they're doing is they are having some bigger lots, but you're paying a freaking premium for those. And then the majority of the lots, guys, are a lot smaller. But here's the thing, a lot of people nowadays would rather put more money into the home than in the land.
And to be specific, when Eli says a smaller lot, just to be specific, I think he's talking about like the amount of room you have for a backyard. So these lots are good size, but the majority of the size is taken up by your big home.
100%.
They've got huge homes in Sterling Ranch, and they're all smart, high efficiency homes. They're phenomenal. Another pro we're going to get into is you've got a gig of internet running into these things. Fiber optics.
Real fiber ran to each house, a full gig at every house.
So number 2 on the pro is going to be your fiber optics and just the amount of internet data that you have that goes into your home. Super cool. Big home, so not a terribly small lot, but how functional it's for you as far as like your backyard. It's questionable. In their defense, there is a lot of research that goes out and a lot of data that says people don't use their yards as much as they might think. What you use is subjective, right? Like maybe you don't use your backyard that much, but you like space between neighbors, right? Maybe it's just for something like that. So take it for what it's worth. Are they incredibly small where you can't entertain back there? No, but you've got the shorter fences that open it up and just give it more of an open feel. You've got a smaller backyard, but you can still put a hot tub and have a nice patio back there and still have some open space. Large dogs, a ton of kids, that would be hard. However, as you guys can see, like we're sitting at one of the parks right here that's right across from the clubhouse. Or from the what is this place called?
Like the visitor center.
Yeah, the visitor
sort of
center,
thing.
but it's got like a UC Health there. It's got a coffee shop there. It's got entertaining space.
A bank is there.
Yeah, a bank's there. Right across the way, we're sitting in one of the parks. So no, you don't quite have as much as maybe you would like in that backyard of yours, but the trails, the parks that you have right here in this community, I think they do take up for some of that. I like my privacy, so I'm being a little bit partial for myself, but I think a lot of the space and amenities that they have provided here make up for some of what you might not have in your backyard.
Yeah, definitely. And again, Will mentioned that visitor center. One of the things we wanted to talk about here, that's another pro. We're just going all pros right now. Guys, the sense of community here, especially for how new this development is real. Like Will said, we helped these guys a lot in the past with content creation, and they've had like the Tough Mudder was out here.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah,
it was a Tough Mudder. It was a Spartan race.
It was one of those. I think it was Tough Mudder.
But then they had like a board meeting for people that were living here. Like the entire town showed up.
Yeah.
There was like
they go in the bar. There's a bar in there with the coffee shop, and that place was full of all your neighbors.
All the people that have moved in here so far, just curious as far as like where the area is going and what they're doing and the updates and
movie night right behind us here.
Oh, the movie night was super cool. So there's like that close-knit feel of community. So even though you're off on that western side a little bit, you're a little bit detached from some other communities. This community itself seems like it's come together really well.
Yeah, and guys, the future of what this place holds is really the big appeal, because let's touch on a con real quick. It's not that developed right now. They are going to be building multiple schools out here. There are going to be multiple pools and multiple parks. You don't quite have them yet. I don't think there's any schools built out here right now.
True, but man, this is why it gets so subjective for you guys, because timing is a real thing in business. It's a real thing in real estate. So the con is like, hey, it's not quite as developed, but the pro is the affordability and your choice of lot that you want to have and where you want to be in this area is super open for where you'd like to be. 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, as this gets not only more full, but the demand for Colorado continues to increase. Your luxuries as far as where you want to be are not going to be as open. So, it's just so subjective in the where you guys are at, but you're not far from stores. A little bit stretched out because you don't have one right in the heart of Sterling Ranch quite yet, but just down Santa Fe, either direction, you've got a ton of stuff. You've got Chick-fil-A, not too far.
Yeah, you do.
You've always got to throw those in there.
Yeah, you do.
But yeah, again, guys, not to get too long-winded, but it's so subjective on how you see a con or a pro, which is why we try to do a little bit of both. But even on the con, maybe it's a pro, or maybe some of the pros are a con. Either way, it's just to make sure we're giving you guys some information on how to turn these stones for yourself, ask the right questions, and just figure out what's best for you.
So Will brought up Chick-fil-A, which sparked my thought of the shopping center that's in, Aspen Grove. Technically, I believe it's in Littleton, so you're heading just up the road, just north a little bit. You're going to hit Aspen Grove. You got Tatter Cover Bookstore, you got a Mac store, you got Chick-fil-A, you got Alamo Movie Theater.
You got a brewery over there.
Brewery
you got
over
Arapahoe
there.
Community College
over
there.
All the Littleton stuff that you love.
Probably within 10 minutes up the road.
Yeah.
So when we mean you're off the beaten path, like we're talking like city folk.
Right.
up the road. Not like country folk up the road. City folk up the road. Not too far off.
So proximity is another pro/con. It might be a con for a lot of you guys. One of the biggest pros is we're very close to 470. You've heard us mention 470 from Southeast Aurora. It's the same 470. It connects all the way out there. It goes all the way up north in through the mountains. So what really makes Sterling Ranch accessible to a lot of people is the fact that it's off 470. But that being said, you are further away from Denver. You're further away from the tech center if that's important to you.
A little bit more of a drive. So I know we talk about like Southeast Aurora and Castle Rock and Lone Tree sometimes, or a lot of the time, you're a little bit further around the horseshoe as far as getting to DTC or to Denver. But I mean, we're talking like 15 minutes, like nothing that's crazy. So again, it really just depends on like what you guys are looking for. This all of Sterling Ranch, it's like the first of its kind. It's like a smart community. So for example, like recycled rainwater is a thing out here.
Water sucks. Gatorade is better. What?
Matter of fact, fun fact,
water.
that used to be illegal. You believe that? You could not take rainwater and filter it and make it drinkable or usable. That used to be illegal before Sterling Ranch petitioned. They pulled all their attorneys together and threw a bunch of money at it, I'm sure.
And showed the technology and just how it would be a great resource.
Why that would be illegal, I have no idea.
It's
a scam. It's a scam.
I'm sure there's money involved.
It's a conspiracy.
Either way, really cool. You've got some other smart features, around the town. So like these street lights through the neighborhood. Like if a kid is missing or if there's an emergency, they'll turn on certain colors and flash. I'm not sure if they make any sounds, but they'll just alert the neighborhood as far as like if something's going on, you'll know through a street light. So really cool. So in addition to like the gig of internet you get through fiber optics, you've also got an entire smart community. And then you've got the recyclable rainwater. You do have a little bit higher of a tax out here, but you've got lower HOAs. There's a way that they frame your water and everything else that goes in conjunction with that. So it does end up in the long run saving you money, but up front it looks like your taxes are a little bit higher, which they are. But again, the HOA is lower. We can dive into that more specifically if you guys have questions on Sterling Ranch specifically, but it's kind of like the first city town thing of itself. You definitely don't have anything else like Sterling Ranch in Colorado.
No, guys. And if you're talking to any locals and you mentioned Roxborough or you mentioned Sterling Ranch, I bet if anyone knows anything about this area from the past, people just like to throw in their 2 cents or say something negative when you're excited. They may mention that, the water's bad down there, or they're running out of water, or they don't have water, or water's really expensive. That used to be a thing. Even pre-Sterling Ranch, when it was just Roxborough down here, there was a big Roxborough like water shortage thing where it was just really expensive. Sterling Ranch has added a brand new water facility and kind of mitigated all of that.
It's really cool. Again, like just turn these stones, do some research for yourself. Primarily just make sure that like wherever you need to be as far as putting your family or yourself into a good spot, you're in a good spot. But I can't think of anything that'd be alarming as far as you guys not wanting to live here, other than just your typical pros and cons.
Yeah, guys. And man, if you're looking to make a move out to Colorado and you want something that is new and innovative, and we have a lot of tech-heavy clients. Like I know when we said that there's like fiber internet out here, a lot of guys and girls, a lot of tech people's ears probably perked up because that's not a feature that you get everywhere. Especially in Colorado, if you're out a little bit, having real fiber going to your home is a big deal to a lot of people. We got a lot of people moving from California where, man, they're and especially now, even if you're not in tech, you're on Zoom calls all damn day. having high internet.
I figured it out.
High-speed internet's expensive.
I figured it out.
Oh,
like
no.
I'm so.
He looked at me and I'm like, oh no, he's about to say something.
I'm so starstruck today. He's just like, he's getting after it. And he's assertive on his video. And I'm like, wow. And I'm like, what is it? Like, was it the caffeine he had today? What was it? I'm like, oh, his hat is backwards. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this movie.
Over the top.
Over the top.
Yeah.
Where you're like, hey, when I turn my hat backwards. Come on.
What I do is I just try to take my hat and I turn it around, and it's like a switch that goes on.
Eli's alter ego was here today
Maybe.
to
That
save
might be
you guys in your real estate needs.
That might be it. I just get so pumped talking about fiber internet.
Well, hey, in addition to being world record-holding arm wrestlers, we are also licensed realtors in the state of Colorado. So if Sterling Ranch or anything else appeals to you guys, as much as we love making these videos and goofing off, with all jokes aside, we would love more to help you guys with your real estate needs. So that number popping up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls and the text messages. We're also the guys who answer the emails. So anything that we can do for you guys, man, we would love to. If any of you wants to challenge Eli to an arm wrestle and you win, I owe you a home warranty. Whatever it takes, but whatever we can do to help you guys out with your needs, we would love to.
That's right.
But until next video, see you guys next time.
We'll see you guys.